time flows ceaselessly, an ever-moving river that grants each soul its fleeting moment in the sun. Those who came before us, those who walk alongside us, and those destined to follow all share in its temporal dance. As one era fades, a new order emerges, bringing forth shining stars like Bout's Ennis, hailed by many as a talent that graces generations but once. His skills is undeniable, his flash a reminder to the legends of the past, with whispers of Roy Jones Jr. and his fluid style, an electrifying switch hitter. Ennis embodies strength and speed, inheriting knockout power with grace and intent. He possesses every tool needed to ascend to the summit of his craft. Yet, in the grand ballet of boxing, every dancer requires a partner, and he awaits that defining opponent. A singular battle that will propel him to the heights of his destiny. Bout and his team lament the elusive dance of champions who seem to sidestep his challenge, leaving him bound to defend his titles against mandatory contenders. His recent bout with Chukazan raised more questions than it answered. Despite dominating the challenger in the first outing with a unanimous decision, expectations loomed for a more decisive finish, a crescendo that never came. Instead, performance revealed a perceived one-dimensional pursuit, as Bout blindly sought the knockout, neglecting the fundamental principles of his defense in the process. Post-fight reflections brought forth the struggle of weight, prompting thoughts of ascending to super welterweight, a path that crumbled as swiftly as the negotiations with Virgil Ortiz Jr. Now, with pathways narrowing, Bout sets his sights on unifying the welterweight division, seeking to carve his legacy amidst the constraints of his current reality. The welterweight division's power is distributed amongst 4 ruling figures, each holding sway over their respective domain. Atop the crownings is Bout as the IBF champion. Across the landscape, the battle-hardened Mario Barrios commands the WBC title. Meanwhile, the WBO is held by the young gun, Brian Norman Jr. Yet amongst these rulers, it is the WBA super champion, Eimantis Stanionis, who emerges as the most pretentious counterpart for Bout, a kindred individual whose style and skill promises a symphony of combat. Hailing from Lithuania, Stanionis, 15-0, is a 2015 European Championship gold medalist. The 29-year-old made it to the 2016 Olympics, but lost to Gyasov following an impressive opening round. He turned pro in 2017, primarily competing in Texas and California. His first 12-round affair in 2021 was against Thomas Delone, where he won via unanimous decision. The only blip on his record thus far is when he fought Luis Collazo to a no contest in August 2021 following an accidental clash of heads, a fight in which he was winning. His most accomplished victory is when he beat the undefeated Butayev in a hard-fought split decision to win the WBA regular title before he was elevated to the super champion. Stanionis himself was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. twice, but both fights didn't fall through due to injuries on behalf of both parties. Like a vicious pit bull that snags on and doesn't let off, Stanionis is a storm of ruthless pressure and unyielding aggression in the boxing ring. With a forward-leaning stance, he charges forward, using his strength and boundless stamina to gradually wear down opponents. While he may not possess the earth-shattering power of a single-punch knockout, Stanionis wields a hammering force that chips away at his adversaries. Round after grueling round, each punch is thrown like fastballs, delivered with bad intentions from both hands. Deeply inspired by the Mexican style of boxing, he excels at closing the distance, transforming a fight into a punishing close quarters battle, where his hooks and uppercuts shine from mid to close range. Stanionis is a paragon of durability, with a seemingly endless reservoir of energy and the ability to absorb blows that will stagger lesser fighters. His relentless pace and hardened resilience make him a juggernaut a charging ram that turns the ring into his own domain. What ties his style together is his high punch output. There's hardly any respite during these intense battles. It's a fast-paced war where any misstep is swiftly punished. The aim is to overwhelm and exhaust opponents, compelling them to engage at a grueling pace until the final bell rings. The cumulative damage gradually wears them down. It's a true test of endurance and resilience. How much can you give and take in return? Ultimately, it's about who has the superior stamina and can outlast the other. What makes this matchup particularly intriguing is the mutual willingness of both fighters to engage in close quarters. While Bout has demonstrated his ability to use his footwork and box from a distance, the fighter from Philly within him thrives in a pocket. This bout would see the pressure fighter clashing with the quintessential Philly brawler, upholding a battle of high work rate against pinpoint precision. Stanionis will bring his tenacious style, latching on and refusing to relent, forcing Bout to fend off the fierce assault. Although Bout has proven he can go the distance, despite promises of pace unlike he's encountered before, against a larger and stronger opponent than he's ever faced. Meanwhile, Stanionis will have to contend with Bout's inside game, where he can roll with punches and counter with slick accuracy. The battle on the inside will be vital, as both fighters attempt to impose their will and gain control. In this close quarters dance, small steps and subtle shifts will be key, as each seek just enough space to get the dominant positioning. The most captivating aspect of this fight is that both fighters have shown vulnerabilities in the defense. The question is, who will make the necessary adjustments to tighten up the defense and diminish the impact of incoming punches? Who will manage to make the other miss just enough to deliver punishing counters of their own? It promises to be a grueling, high-paced contest where both men will review just how tough and well-conditioned they truly are. At its very essence, the journey of power is intertwined with the weight of responsibility. When one is hailed as the one of the new era, every action is scrutinized under the lens of expectation. In such moments, one faces a pivotal choice: to ascend and meet the challenge, or to succumb to the tide of criticism. It is in these defining moments that a true champion emerges, leaving an indelible mark on the canvas of history. To those who doubt, offer them a smile, inviting them to continue the whispers of downfall. But until that happens, the path remains ever upward, guided by the promise of greater heights.